Good morning, guys. So, we have a full moon today, and I want to do a few different things. So, hopefully, you'll have an opportunity to hop on. As you guys can tell, I come on here anywhere between, um, we're going to say 9 and 11. That's a big window, but eventually I'm going to narrow that window down for you guys. So, we're going to talk about the full moon. We're going to talk about products that will be helpful for you guys. I'm going to pull up cards based on the energy of the day and anyone else that wants a card. Also, going to do a full moon ritual. So, I figured, why would I not come on and do everything on my video here? For people that don't know, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. My Be Pure Natural products are on both forums, as well as my Robin's Healing. So today at 3:45 Atlantic Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a theta healing session on someone. And what's nice about that is you can learn how a session would roughly be structured. Yesterday, I also did one um, showing people the Akashic records, kind of chatted about that. I think I'm going to continue to do that. People seem to really enjoy it. And then it also shows you how different people are in their sessions, how people react to things differently, um, how wide open an Akashic Records reading is. So, yesterday, what I did with Kristen is I helped her clear a couple things because it felt like she had some stuff going on around her parents, and it makes sense around this full moon. And a lot of it was related to her having to work hard, and then that mindset of work hard, play hard. And what was coming up there was that the energy of hard felt harsh, and she had a lot of throat chakra stuff going on. And it felt like she just needed to be able to just feel what she's feeling and be around other people who kind of like allow her to flow as well. So for her, just want to share in case you watched that. Again, we did some theta healing clearings that came up in the Akashic records for her because her desire to kind of want to know exactly what to do, um, and how to get there, and then it all just felt heavy. So again, we did theta healing clearings around that, but also when you listen to the reading, you might find that you connect to it. Okay, and that's the whole point of me doing this as well, is so that you feel like maybe you're not alone, and you can see that we all need this. And I kind of talk about the importance of getting more treatments and healing sessions because we're not meant to do it all by ourselves. Okay, that's kind of a bit of the gist of it. It's actually underneath my playlist interviews, and I do have other interviews underneath talks, but I'm going to shift them over to interviews. Okay, so that being said, let's get into our recommendations. So today, our full moon is in Aries. Aries energy is actually what I am. They are the first sign. They are the closest to the sun. They tend to be the most optimistic. They are a masculine energy naturally because they tend to be leaders, and leaders tend to be more active when they do things. So it's interesting, kind of what even came up yesterday was the need to kind of slow down. And we've been getting that message, I'd say, for the past month or so. With Mercury retrograde just ending, yay. It's just kind of, we're in the end of that tail where we're kind of reflecting back on all the crazy things that have happened to us, because there's been a lot of crazy stuff that's happened. And I mean, things are still stirred up, right? So it's not perfect right now. But what we need to do is kind of slow down, calm that energy. So I make hydrosols in my distiller. And so it's just fresh lavender and distilled water. And it's a really nice blend. These are 18, which is amazing because my little ones are 16. My little ones come with little crystal pendants on them, and the larger ones don't. But promotes calming, relaxing, and peaceful mist. I also charge this up with Reiki, Theta healing, and Akashic records. So I kind of go in for each person. So if you're buying from me specifically, then I'm going to do some charging specifically for you. Okay. Otherwise, when I put it into a store, I charge it and then trust that the person that's meant to have it gets it. Okay. So you'll feel different energy or you'll feel different things from the same bottles, right? Like one lavender versus another. So again, lavender is really great for bringing that energy just to where it needs to be, the calming. So when you watch that video from yesterday, that's going to make more sense. Which also brings us in, like, think about lavender as being purple, and then amethyst, an amethyst tree here, which I quite like. It's just really detailed. And this is $50. And what's really great about amethyst is it kind of recharges and recenters our energy. And so what does that mean? Well, recharging our energy. So again, this came up yesterday too. So it's I think this is so cool coming on daily. And just seeing how the days unfolded and coming back to that. I like to reflect on my days and things like that, but I typically don't get that consistency. Oddly enough, that's what I was attracting in my new moon. Was uh, Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Yes, just more consistency. So I think that's something I'll start doing is coming on at the same time daily. And if I can't, I can't, but do my best to try to arrange it that way, okay? Just so you guys can hop on and really and take advantage because I do want you guys to be able to do that. So recharging is basically finding our foundation, finding our center, finding our breath, finding a comfortable place to sit, coming into that quiet space. So amethyst can take us into that space. And so that we feel like more open, more connected. As I'm holding this, I'm getting kind of these ideas, these downloads, these epiphanies. So I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, that's a great idea. And actually, so that's kind of what this does. It's cooling, it's centering, but it's also going to open you up. So I do feel like this is great for the heart chakra as well because it's very healing. All right. This is probably the most popular stone, and it's just really cute in tree form. So if you want to put it like next to your desk or have it on your altar when you do your own rituals, okay? I'm actually going to spray this lavender. Okay. So I got to like so what I do with these is often I will spray because I have a ginger and rosemary in my bathroom right now. I also have a smudge spray in there too. Smudge spray is just basically just like sage, so it's going to do the same thing as sage is going to do without smoke, right? Smokeless. And then the what I do with some of these, like depending on what the hydrosol is, they're going to have different uses. But with the lavender, what I just did, and again, what I do with my ginger and my rosemary is I kind of spray myself like where I feel like I have that something going on, like a block. So there, I kind of put it, and I'm tuning into you guys as well, just like on my upper back. And so that's kind of like throat and heart together. And again, that's been coming up for pretty much everybody that we have. Like our new moon that we just had a couple weeks ago um, was all about communication. And like it was in Libra and it was all about our relationships and that sort of thing. So as we're shifting over to this full moon, you might find that you're still kind of like, okay, I've been working on this communication, but where are some of my blocks? Like, what am I kind of doing wrong? And so when we do our full moon ritual, that's why I'm kind of like triggering this stuff for you is to kind of write that stuff down related to that. Okay. So because if you're not feeling like you're heard or you're able to speak clearly, that's going to affect your heart. Again, the reading yesterday talks about that. And I suggested for her to write a letter to the universe. So, Dead Sea Bath Soap. Ingredients: Epsom salt, eucalyptus, peppermint, sea salt, magnesium sulfite, coconut oil, glycerin, and a little bit of perfume. So this is the only think I might have like two things that have anything that's like not natural in it. Everything else is natural. But I do have some people that are okay with things that have like a stronger smell. And that's what I like about these. I really like the Dead Sea salt in it. This says sea salt, but it's dead. It's supposed to say Dead Sea salt. But I guess you get the gist of it because it's called Dead Sea bath soap. So my throat's going through something here. So these are 13. And so the purpose, ugh, I'm not even going to open that right now. The purpose of using this or bringing this up is because often around full moons, we will take a full moon bath. And so you might put crystals around your bathtub. Again, having like the spray around. I actually have like sage, Palo Santo, all of my herbs. I have crystals in here. I have anything that's been kind of significant for me right now in my bowl. And then I also have like fluorite here as well. Fluorite is $48. Fluorite's really great for going into your Akashic record. So around this time, we're going to do extra healing on ourselves. Really nice and cold. Again, it's green, just talking about heart chakra. And so we can put, I'd say like half of this in your bathtub. And where it's peppermint, it's going to be really, as we were kind of talking about with our theme, very centering, very grounding. And the eucalyptus is really great for clearing out anything that's kind of stuck in your head. So again, during full moon rituals and stuff like that, we're going to have a lot of stuff that kind of continuously comes up. And so you might actually want to do a bath either after your ritual or before your ritual, just depending. And again, whenever you get the chance to do that. So those are 13. If you want me to pull you up a card and you're watching, let me know because I'm going to do that. I also have this really pretty light green stone. So this is kind of our theme here. This is kind of like an a soft aquamarine type of thing. And this is about bringing in soft, gentle, calming, soothing, and healing energy as well, as we've been discussing. So this one I would probably put on my sacral. That's where it wants to belong. So when we do work with crystals, we can just put them, as I was saying, spraying where there's a block, but also we can put crystals where there's a block as well. Just hold it there until it gets really warm and do a little healing that way, okay? For people that don't know what the sacral is, it's where we tend to carry all of our like baggage. It's where we tend to gain a lot of weight because we're emotionally kind of hanging on to stuff. So as we let go of some of that stuff and do some of the work, you actually find that your belly weight even starts to leave. Okay. For 16, I have a cleansing spray. This is Palo Santo and sage together. With this really cute little pink crystal. So pink representing the energy again of love. This is going to not only clear your energy as we were just doing, but it's going to clear your space. And it's also going to raise the energy at the same time. Okay, so that's a really strong go-to today. I have my candle because I always light a candle when I do my rituals. And that's a beeswax candle. And for some reason, I have these little tiny hematite beads. Hematite is really great for, again, pulling energy down when there's too much going on up here. So if you're feeling extra emotional, as I was saying, just anything you can do to kind of ground, connect to your feet, things like that. Maybe you want a reflexology session. When I'm allowed to have people back in to the home, I'll be doing those sessions again. But until then, I'm doing things online. So I'm actually doing 50% off Akashic Records readings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you'll see that link in my, when you go into my site, book online, you can book that as well. Okay. So I'm actually going to pull up a card. So I always clear my deck over my candle. And I'm going to ask, what is it that we need to know for this full moon? The sun. So we already talked about Aries being the closest to the sun, optimistic, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself, the number 19. And what's really cool about this is whenever we see the sun card, it brightens up all the energy around it. So even if we pull other cards, this is going to be the strongest one, always bringing it back into having a positive attitude. And with the number 19 being there, and today being the 20th, 1 and 9 make 10. So that's telling me that there's an ending and a new beginning, which we always know around this time. But number 9 tells us to really start attracting the things that you want. So be mindful as well of if you want, so say you want like a new home, which we are actually building, then what do you need to let go of now in order to have that? So it could be any type of emotional blocks. For me, I feel like we're doing a lot of work in the home so that we can sell it. So that can be heavy for myself anyway. So I might be releasing things around the house. Um, and that's where like it'd probably be good for me to go around the home today with the cleansing spray, and when I stop in a certain area, just note kind of what's going on in the home that way. Okay. But feel free to share if you want to, like, what are you letting go of? So I'm going to start my full moon ritual. Okay. So I'm basically have a piece of paper. I'm saying full moon in Aries, the 20th of October. If you want to, you can write what it's about. You can say like positive energy. Just to kind of sum it up, we're going to say like forward thinking. And just take a couple breaths here. I'm going to relight my sage. I'll use sage as a staple, and I will use Palo Santo. But now that I'm making all these awesome sprays, whew, that one's really like, it kind of does all this stuff to me here. So really great for someone who really needs more third eye awakening. That's what's coming up. It's strong, so it does feel really good for the home because it doesn't have like a stinky smell. It almost has like a clean smell, which is nice. And so that's where the Palo Santo comes in. I also have Raise Your Vibration sprays, which is just Palo Santo. And I have Listen sprays, which is cinnamon and myrrh. And cinnamon's really great for attracting abundance as well. So during the new moon, I'll probably make some new moon sprays. Keep in mind too, around full moons, guys, we will typically take our crystals and we'll put them back outside, or we'll put them in the windowsill. Same thing if you have tinctures or herbs, or again your sprays, you might want to charge them up. I think I'm going to make some moon water, so when I do some of my sprays, it has moon water in it. Amethyst is another great one if we're letting go of addictions as well. We can put amethyst in water overnight with the moon and then drink that water. So probably why maybe some of that's coming up. Okay. So you're going to write I release and then whatever comes up. So again, just setting the intention that this is for the full moon, that everything is kind of like peaceful and gentle, that sort of thing. I want to put music on for mine. So again, you're writing I release and then whatever comes up for you. Putting some Reiki music on. Just feels like we need calming energy. Let's call in some Reiki energy for you guys as well. So we can just kind of clear anything also at the same time. I'm also teaching a Reiki level 1 from 10 until 12 Atlantic Standard Time over Zoom for $200. You will get your certificate if you're interested in joining us. Hop in. You can go onto my booking link and pay that way. Or I can invoice you because you probably won't find the proper time slot. Actually, I'll open it up so that there is that time slot. How do you like that? I release, I want to say heaviness in my legs. I release change. I release feeling controlled by others' desires and annoying ways. Okay, a little heaviness in the chest, so just being open to clearing that. Be mindful of how much you write. Maybe you want to do 2 of these, break it up. Maybe you want to write one thing down, but be mindful of it. Be mindful that these are things that are going to initiate change for you. So be prepared for that. And that's where you can book a session as well to get support as you do these things. I release strong opinions of me and others, especially that are apparently annoying is coming up again. I really want to use that lavender spray. Oh, smells so good. It's like delicious. I actually think that's my favorite one. Okay. Putting stars beside, I release strong opinions of me and others, especially that are annoying. I release career-related moves. So I've done a lot of. It's a lot of stars beside it. Okay, and then one more. I release danger from my sensitive, empathic aura and life. So this is just going to be burned, so just trust what comes out, okay? So really just taking a few deep breaths here. Honor your space. So please allow this to be released in divine timing. Thank you, Robin, with the heart today. I really want this fluorite near me. And I kind of just want to put it more on that sacral. That sacral needs that today. Okay, so I am feeling like there's somebody watching who will be watching, has a lot of, it feels like anxiety actually. So keep in mind when we're creating this, it's not to stir up old emotions, it's actually to acknowledge that we would like to let it go. And sometimes by letting things go, we start to feel it. In order to really heal things, sometimes we have to feel things and we don't want to push it back down. We just want to make sure that we have all the tools and the support in place when we do this. So probably why I was suggesting the bath, or for me, taking the cleansing spray, going around the home, etc. So I'm going to read this out to you guys. Full moon in Aries, October 20th, 2021. Positive energy, forward thinking. I release heaviness in my legs. Now I'm feeling a lot of tension in my head as well. So you might even find like getting some acupuncture or something like that would be great right now. Make some appointments for treatments for sure. So I feel like Reiki and Theta would be great for people if you're booking. But absolutely getting some of that physical work done will be great as well. Might do a full moon yoga online as well. I release heaviness in my legs. I release change. I release feeling controlled by others' desires and annoying ways. I release strong opinions of me and others, especially that are annoying. So we're seeing this come up twice, right? I release career-related moves. So when I go to do some theta healing on myself, or if I want to show you guys some clearings, I might just actually I can do it right now. I release career-related moves with tons of stars beside it, so that feels like almost like a big theme for me. I release danger from my sensitive, empathetic aura and life. Start. Please allow things to be released or this to be released in divine timing. Thanks, Robin. Okay, so would you like to let go of the opinions of other people and replace that with feeling safe to have your own thoughts and your own feelings for yourself? And if so, say yes. This is called Theta healing. Okay. Yesterday on that reading, we had someone who is really independent, and they're like, I want to do this by myself. I don't want, like, it was almost like, I'd rather do this myself than receive from you. Even though receiving is a beautiful thing. And this has been coming up in a lot of other people's videos that I've been listening to pay attention. I'd say over the last week or so, maybe the next couple weeks, noticing where we're working on balance. If you're over giving, because sometimes that can be an ego thing as well. So being aware to receive. So would you like to let go of times where you were too independent to receive and replace that with feeling like you can forgive yourself and other people? So say yes.
Whatever your thing is, we've got.
Okay. So what's coming up is like that we are all loved. And actually I did a treatment on someone recently, and that was coming up, that they weren't able to really acknowledge how much love was around them. And often when we don't acknowledge the love that's around us, or we don't receive the love that's around us, is because it's like we're getting in our own way. We're creating our own blocks again. So that came up yesterday. And when we can identify with how we're creating our own blocks, it's really helpful. Because if somebody's like, oh, you're creating your own block, it's like, great, cool. I already knew that. But it's like, how do I reverse this? And the self love is really, really important this time, because you are doing a lot of work on yourself. And even if you're not, a lot of stuff's happening underneath the surface as well. Okay. So just acknowledge that you're doing a great job and work on self love. And for some people, we need more self care than others. Okay. I am really feeling called to coming on and doing a little full moon yoga. So that's where I'm going to consistently come on here and do dailies. I'm going to say around 9:20, between, I'm thinking like 9:20 something. But when I randomly feel called to something, I'm just going to do it if it feels right for me, okay? If it fits in with my day, because I do have a busy schedule today. So again, if you want to book in with me, let me know. If you want a card right now, you can also let me know. We're going to integrate that energy. So again, you have to agree to integrating. That's letting go of everything we agreed that we wanted to let go of, and then start, as we were talking about manifesting today, the number 9, start attracting and vibrating all those things that we want. Same thing with your full moon thing. You're going to rip it up. You're going to put it in, burn it, however you choose to burn it, in your fireplace or just outside and in a bowl or something, safely. And when you go to do that, again, you could smudge around it. You could use one of my sprays. But acknowledge that this energy is leaving, and so when the new moon comes in, you're going to be in a different space. Okay, but we have a couple weeks there where you might be shifting and energy's moving, so pay close attention to that. Be really like, yes, confident in what you want, but at the same time be very like, use your tools that I'm suggesting here today. If you're just hopping on, then I would say go back and rewatch what my recommendations were. I'll take a card, please. Okay. So again, you might want to go back and receive the Theta healing. And at 3:45 today, you're also going to be able to catch my Theta healing on Facebook. The other thing I plan to do is, if you're watching and you're interested in having a free either Theta healing, Reiki, or Akashic record session, let me know. It's going to be streamed on YouTube this time. So this week I'm doing all my stuff on Facebook, and actually I'm going to be doing some work over the next few Fridays on Facebook as well to show you guys how I do multiple sessions and continuously work with someone through my coaching. But if you're interested in that, let me know because I want to start doing a few over YouTube as well, just so more people can see that. And I like to learn how to do some of those things. So, and abundance, things look very good. Have patience at this time, make long term plans. So this is talking about finalizing decisions. So as we were just talking about in the full moon, what we're doing is we're deciding what you want for yourself, and in order to know what you want, it's also about acknowledging what you need to let go of. Okay. 10 of Waters also teaching us that we do have love all around us. So we just talked about that there's tons of love. We just have to be open to receiving the love. That's where the self love and the self care package comes in with the sea salts and the cleansing spray and things like that. I kind of feel like I want to make like a self love package for people. Um, so I think I might do that as well. So that's really helping me. I was also talking about how like this will kind of like trigger like ideas for you and things like that. And then King of Air is in Libra. We also kind of talked about the new moon that's passed and communication and things like that, and that there might still be communication issues that are still coming up as a result of like um, things not happening overnight. So if you do notice that there's still some stuff that you're working towards, then pay attention to that when you do your release, because that you want to kind of like target what it is you want to attract. Okay. And keep in mind that this full moon is also all about balance. So although the Libra energy was, the Aries energy also is, because it's all about taking action on our dreams and things like that. Okay, so our energy has to be recharged and balanced in order to attract that. Okay, so again, the lavender spray is my favorite one. All right. I hope you guys found this helpful. Feel free to share it out with other people. Reach out to me if there's something that you would like. You can go into robinsealing.com. You're not going to see any of my products on there, but it will connect you to my booking link, and you will be able to read some things about me and my services. I'm going to be updating my website more, so it's kind of tailored to where my life is now. But when you go into the booking link, you're going to see all my updated services. So that's where you're going to see my current prices and deals. All right. Love you all, guys. Enjoy this full moon.